What's going on YouTube? This is going to be another lock-in video. This time we're going to try to do Wileshroom. Wileshroom is kind of a difficult unit to do because you kind of need supporting units to make it work as an opener. Otherwise, make it work as a secondary or third unit you place down, right? It's going to be a unit that you utilize primarily early game, right? And it allows you to push really hard if you have the right role for it.
Welcome to Nova.
This is actually a good roll because we have Tempest. The thing is, getting through some of this can be a little difficult. I'm just trying to look here. So we could try Wileshroom. I think we can go Proton next with it. Otherwise, like Gargoyle can work on too. Our roll kind of lacks some damage, so I think like a lead archer maybe would be kind of beneficial. Though Tempest does kind of cover that niche. Lead archer is better for like 17. I think we go Wileshroom for 1, and then try to get Tempest on 2. That will make sure we for sure hold 2, 3. 4 gets a little sketchy, but that's where something like even just a Gargoyle is really helpful. I think if we weren't trying to go Wileshroom here, I think realistically Gargoyle or Elite Archer start's probably better. Now, I will say this. There is a cheese strat that you can do where you go 3 workers. As long as you don't get a send, you can put a canopy out. I don't personally like that setup because I don't push as hard from it. It is an option though, so if someone wants to do it, they can. In this situation, I'm going to only push 4 workers out of the available 5 because I want to make sure that I get my canopy, not my canopy, my Tempest out next. So I think I'm okay. As long as I push here and just go for another snail, I should be okay. The biggest thing is the Zerker takes a while, so it gives us some time. We should be able to hopefully get another snail out to get canopy. If not, we're in a kind of a weird limbo-y situation where we might leak next, but we'll see. Nope, I don't think we get snail out. We don't get snail out, but that's fine. Or do we? Oh, barely, barely. If I had pushed workers early enough, we would have got it out. So that was my bad. I'm not going to send the snail anyway now. So what we'll do is I'm just going to drop a Gargoyle half split down. And then another Gargoyle 2 full down on the left. This should be fine. 20 resend. Let's see if I even hold this. I'm not sure. This is something like kind of throwing it out at the wind, right? See what sticks. Thankfully, the Gargoyle will tank for quite a bit and allow Canopy to deal damage and heal. We might leak small here. I'm not going to push after the 5 worker though. I would be horrendous then on 4 if I push 6 worker here, but I probably could get away with it. I just don't want to. I think it'd be just more detrimental than it would be beneficial. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Tempest here. And what you can do is you go 1, 2, 3 up on the Tempest on the right hand side of the Wileshroom. This works for Windhawk or Tempest. Or, excuse me, Windhawk or Wileshroom. You place it 3 up and then it will catch correctly. Split, etc. We're going to send the snail after income. We might be able to leak our guy. 60 cent on 3 into a Berserker usually should be leakable, but he's got a pretty good unit in the Steed. Depends on how much aggro goes onto the Zerker, which it looks like all aggro went on Zerker, so this should be a leak, but we'll see. If not, we go 5 easily. We didn't get a resend on me, which is sad. What we can do is we can resend, though, and get a lead archer out. Depending on if this leaks, though. It doesn't. Steed is still really good damage on 3, even if it doesn't tank. So we have the option. We can either go a lead archer here, Or we can go Tempest. My gut tells me we should probably go... Oh, wow. I didn't expect him to leak here. Gut tells me we should probably go Elite Archer, just because I want to be able to hold this wave. But Tempest probably would be a better setup, right? And, you know, it synergizes better for us. We're going to full send here. We're pretty under. I think we place Elite Archer. We place him up here. I think this will probably be our play. Our Elite Archer should not tank full, but we'll see. We get a send here, 60, double king up, we're going to push 2. If not 3 here. We'll see if the Steed Zerker combo is enough to hold here. Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it leaks. Looks like it holds. Sad, but not a big deal. We push 2 off that. What we'll do is we'll just put a unit in the split. Put a unit in the split, and then we'll be fine. I get the lizard out in time, which is great. 60 under. Not a problem. Plate that here. We'll go for the Canopy next. Canopy is really good on 6 and 7. Not so good 8, but we do have the option to go either Tempest or Elite Archer for 8. This build's a little wonky. Build's a little wonky, but it should work. Question now is, does the Elite Archer die? If Elite Archer dies, we leak. If it doesn't, we hold. Okay, it looks like it should be a hold then. We're going to be under getting the Wileshroom upgraded now, which does stink. But we should be okay. I think we'll push... only a 20 cent. I think we don't push the second. I'm really feeling like I could push another, but I don't think it's a good move. Yeah, see, we're already 160 under again. So what we can do is go bop. What we could also do is we could go Green Devil. Then we can just pop this down over here. I think that's probably better. Resend. We're going to push another worker here. We should hold. Easy hold. No big deal. Push another worker because I think I'm pretty solid here. What I'll do is I'll drop another Tempest. I'll probably go for the Leviathan next. And I'm going to go on wave 8, I think. Or wave 9. We'll see. The fact that his build's just like a giant line is hilarious to me. The bots sure do love their lines. No set on me, completely fine. I'll probably just send legitimately a Cannoneer and just hope for the best.
Let's go.
We should be good doing this. Next wave gets a little weird, right? Like we have good units for the wave, but we pushed a little hard. I think we just send probably Cannoneer and then we go Lizard if we get it after income. I will definitely get Lizard because my guy leaks. My teammate leaks, I should say. So yeah, we're sitting fine then. We have 231. We should be okay. I think we still go Tempest upgraded. We're just going to finish sending full into our guy. It's getting a little sketchier. The question is, do I go... I think I go Canopy here. No, Levy. And I'll probably just up my split to protect my unit up front here. Lead Archer. No send here. That's fine. Let's reroll, see what we get. We get a Gate Guard, which might be nice. We do have Gate Guard now in Butcher. So what we could do in this situation is drop our Gargoyle. I don't think we need a Lead Archer. Drop our Gargoyle and Lead Archer. That was a good leak for us. The Pegasus isn't really that strong here. We're going to get some gold. The problem I'm running into is how are we going to hold next, right? It's been 2 full waves since they've sent us. So they last sent on 6. We were pretty good these last 2 waves, which makes sense. They don't send us here then, right? The problem is now is how do you hold, right? How do you hold? So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to drop Gate Guard or Harbinger, upgrade it. I think I drop it here though, because I want it to be able to inevitably get a healing buff, but I also don't want the Wileshroom to be like unable to get double buffed. The double Wileshroom buff is going to be kind of nice late. We're just going to do another spell, and they're just going to even out the split. Don't do this. If you guys ever get in a situation where you feel like you're going to league, don't long save into king ups. Whatever you do, never long save into king ups. Oh, the bots, man. Never do that. Never, ever, ever. It's a horrible idea. It just gives the enemy free push after long starving them. Man, oh man. And I'm probably going to send 11 now. I think 11's now our play. We probably drop Magician on Butcher here, maybe? Magician Harbingers isn't necessarily terrible. They're actually decent because they just get a lot of units. And with healing on them with Butcher, they get to be a lot stronger. The only downside is Green Devil is going to have Magician, which isn't ideal, but it's going to be okay. Isn't ideal, but it should be okay. Inevitably, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place some antlers up front to get this split more evened, right? I don't like how things are currently taking forever to aggro, etc. We got a 40 here. We're going to push 2. Just because that was a long save that they gave us, and then they sent us 2 waves in a row. I'm just going to go 12, I think, maybe. My bot gets a good leak onto his, which is great. He leaked pretty hard, though, as well. So, it cancels itself out. I might just go here on 11 because I want income, and honestly, they're not very strong here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go Cannoneer, and then just a single Dino. I'm going to go full income. Gives us the ability to go double Gate Guard on the Butcher. Should be fine. And as I said, we're going to go Magician here. We'll see if we can get this rolling. This combination, Magician with Butcher on the Gate Guards, can be really strong. The problem I have right now, though, is we're like kind of in between a couple different like synergies and builds. So in this, realistically, in this situation, I probably should have either finished out going more Leviathans, or save this for later. Like, don't necessarily do this right now. As you kind of put yourself in a weak position when you split up your synergies all like this. It's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's just less than optimal. Right? I get the most value out of any units that are flying if they're on the Tempest, Leviathan, excuse me, etc. That snail caused some weirdness with my split being the way it is. Let's see, though, if the healing Gate Guards is enough. They're doing actually quite a bit here. Doing quite a bit here. And the healing on them is massive as well. See, Harbinger and Leviathan doing our most damage, which makes sense, right? Those are our strongest units in terms of value. The enemy holds here. Dark Mage and then upgrading both into Golems. That will make sense. I'm going to up one of these guys. We're going to kill this back unit in the split because I think it's causing some weirdness. I think this will be fine. My next big worry wave, honestly, is 13. Not so much 12. Not so much 12. So what I think I'll do is I'll probably drop down some antlers. At this point, antlers are going to be probably my main tank source. And so if I can get them moving sooner than later, probably be beneficial for me. I think I probably send next because my teammate should probably send here. Nah, I fucked up. I was like in that weird limbo where I didn't know exactly what to send, and then I thought about it, and then I was going to send something, and then just decided I didn't know what to send. I would have loved to get like a Ghost Knight or something here, but that didn't really make sense because of the Rangers. And then I was like, oh, well then I'll just go Ogre, but then I'm like, wait a second, what about the Berserker? So now I'm sitting here with all this Mythium, and I probably should have sent, so I'm just going to send with my teammate. In a situation like this where you fuck up and still should have sent, just send anyway. You lose out on the income. Centaur would have been an option because I delayed for so long. It's just at that point it just felt funny to do. Though Centaur probably would have been a good idea. Let's see if we can get another spawn off on that guy. We do. That's huge. Extra spawn makes a huge difference in terms of its delay and damage output. Exactly why I wanted to send. The other bot leaked really hard here. Both of them leaked really hard here. That's massive for us. My bot leaks and I leak, but we don't get nearly as much damage into us because of the fact that we had a lot less leak. The Four Eyes is doing good damage. The Ogre's sitting there pounding away, so that's nice. We don't have any king up, so, I mean, we will take good damage here. Not gonna lie. But, we don't lose as much because of all this, right? I think we just go 15, and we can probably kill him 15. I need to figure out my tank situation. More than anything at this point, I think. That is the main factor why I'm leaking. We're going to finish our harbs. And then we're just going to start spamming tanks. I think we almost have to. I think we're going to have to. Question from chat. Is this top bot difficulty? No, this is the second to second to highest. I'm basically just doing this to give you guys like an overview of how this kind of all works. Like lock in with a certain unit. But no, this is sadly not the highest difficulty. If it was the highest difficulty, we would be getting just destroyed because the highest difficulty is very difficult. Okay, so we should hold this here. If not hold, close. Our teammates got a good build. He should hold. Looks like we are sustaining, which is great. We needed to sustain there. We should hold for our teammate now as well. That's pretty huge. Question is, what do we send? I think the go-to is honestly just Shaman. Don't overthink it. Just send Shaman. And what we're going to do is, I'm probably just going to build... I think I'm going to build a tank, honestly, on the right now. For the sole reason that these guys spawning out units does give me quite a bit of delay. I just need the split to not hit me as quickly. And that makes a huge difference for me. Then I'm looking at what we have against us here. Probably just lizards. It seems like lizard in this situation because both the golems should die quickly. And everything outside of the golems is lizard damage. Positive. We get a resend here. We'll see what happens. We're actually getting a decent split there. Question from chat. Any tips on beating King Dans on hard? I've got a video popping out here soon. That's going to be all about King Dans on hard. We faced him a couple times in stream last week. Both of them look like they're leaking. I have a Shaman going to King. We should be winning here pretty easily. Oh, that was kind of a weird game. It worked out, right? But it was just a weird game. Overall, I wouldn't say necessarily copy this build. I think when I started diverging and going all these harbs, this is a little bit rough. Oh, we didn't win actually. Wow, that wasn't game? Sag. We got close enough. This game next wave or two anyway. I'm going full overvalue though because I think my teammate will leak here. Just looking at his build. He's got double arc here. If we don't kill him here, it's next. The enemy has nothing really for next wave aside from boars and masks. But yeah, if I'd recommend one thing, don't build the harbs like I did here. I think you're better off almost like building antlers up top and harbs like down here. It's tough to say though. This build of magician harbs is something that I've never really done, but I've seen done a couple times, and I thought it'd be fun to try. It looks like it's actually not that bad, and could actually be utilized because you just get a lot of spawns out, and the spawns can delay for so long. I think the key is if you had something like steeds with this, they'd be near unstoppable. Yeah, as someone in chat said, they're kind of fake gates. Yes, they're kind of fake gates. You're not wrong. They act very similarly to gates for me in this situation. They're just spawning units that, with healing, are pretty solid. And you'll see how many extra units I have down here, and that makes a huge difference in terms of my overall just late game scalability. By the way, we're 420 under at this point. Good. Yeah, 42. Minus 42. Nice, exactly. But yeah, this Harbinger setup's not that terrible. I'm actually debating at this point selling this back Green Devil and going another one. Just because the extra value you get from the extra spawn is probably more beneficial. I necessarily wouldn't recommend selling your Green Devil in that situation, but the extra option is pretty nice. Is this punished by Witch? Like most spawning builds, yes, Witch is something that would punish this. The question is, do they get enough Witches to make it punishable, right? Because you need quite a few Witches to make a build like this get punished by a Witch. At a certain point, if you just send 1 or 2 Witches, it isn't going to do a whole lot. And at that point, then, why bother? I'm going to push a little farther here. My bot's leaking. That's fine. I'm looking pretty solid in terms of value overall, even if my bot leaks on a wave, which, if you look at his build here, it's expected for him to leak. We're still looking pretty solid in overall ability to win this game late. What I probably do here is I go Centaur or I go Shaman if we don't win right here. I don't think we win, though, as much as 17 strong against the wave. We just don't have enough units to get down to the boss. King, I should say. We're going to start building some tank up on the left-hand side here. I think it's almost a requirement at this point to get me some tank value on the left side. Just because my Harbs, while they are great, need time to spawn. And if you don't give them that time to spawn, they're not going to do a whole lot for you, right? Trying to decide what else I want to send. I've got the option for like an ogre here, but ogres really don't help me very much against the what is the potential for berserker spam. So what I do is I just send a bunch of brutes to try to slow down the damage that he's giving out. Yeah, now that we got some frontline in front of these spawning units, we're doing a lot better at holding, I think. We get more time to get everything up, out, and spawned, and we're looking a lot better now. 18, though, is probably like this build's weakest wave in terms of the fact that I'm just weak against things that punish large amounts of units, and 18 does that very easily. Oh, don't tell me we lose here. I don't think we lose here, but it gets very close. I'm done pushing workers at this point. I need to start holding because my teammate doesn't hold anymore either. Double 4 eyes hurts into the king, but we should be able to. I should be able to kill mine here again. No, we don't die. It definitely hurts. This went from something that we should have won pretty early game to something now that's getting to the point that it's getting a little scary for no reason. They do die, though. Whew, I did enough. I leaked my guy enough. That's great. How much did he leak? I didn't even really see. Oh, okay, yeah. So the Cyan bot held really well on 18. The problem is like with a build like Cyan's, as soon as something goes to middle, there's really nothing for the for it to hold with, right? Almost everything's going to rely on the fact that over time it will kill. But when a lot of units go to middle, nothing can be done. This is an unorthodox way to use Wileshroom, but I think if I would have gotten the 80 out and the snail out to get the Leviathan, the Tempest out on 2 rather than double Garg, this build changes a lot. But because of that, we ended up having a little bit of an odd setup in the need to kind of utilize the gargoyles to give us more of a potential to win. The long star from 6 to 9 with only king ups really killed the bot, I think, and in turn gave us an ability to get really far ahead. The Garg, no, that's me. The Gate Guard Harb Magician ring, while weird, actually surprisingly worked a lot better than I thought it would have. I think if we would have got a little bit more tank line come 18 instead of you know, going for more like damage for 17, I think we probably would have held. But at the end of the day, I punished my bot's bad build, and that's what gave us the win. I think this, though, is a decent idea of, like, Wileshroom's meant to be a unit you can get out to a lead with early. And once you get out to that lead, you kind of just build whatever you think will get you the win. In most cases, Wileshroom kind of falls off post 10, like most tier 3s and lower. So kind of use them with caution and allow them to help you help assist you to get to that late game. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope I gave you guys a new strat with the Garg Magician, as interesting as it is. If you found it helpful, though, definitely like, sub, comment. Catch you guys next time. Peace.